You learn very quickly in my line of work that rich people don't pay for pleasure. They pay for control, for power, for silence, for someone who won't ask questions. I've done the billionaire with a humiliation fetish, the married woman who wanted to pretend I was her kidnapper, the politician who cried in my lap for 3 hours straight. Nothing shocks me anymore, or at least, that's what I used to think, until I met the client who didn't want pleasure. He wanted fear, and I almost didn't make it out alive. I'm not ashamed of what I do. I'm discreet, educated, expensive. I screen my clients carefully. Background checks, references, deposits up front. You don't survive in this industry without rules. And rule number 1, never ignore your gut. His email was clean, polite, minimal. No intimacy required. Compensation double your listed rate. 1 evening. Private estate. Driver provided. Double. That should have been my first red flag. But curiosity is dangerous when you're used to danger. He sent the location the day of. An estate outside the city. Isolated, no neighbors. I told myself rich people like privacy. The driver picked me up at 7 p.m. sharp. No conversation. Tinted windows. 35 minutes of silence. And then the gates opened. Slowly, like the house was breathing me in. The house wasn't modern. It was old money. Dim chandeliers, long corridors, oil paintings that watched you back. He was waiting in the living room, mid-40s, calm, perfect posture. The kind of man who doesn't raise his voice because he doesn't need to.
"Thank you for coming," he said. No smile. He didn't touch me. Didn't look me up and down like most do. He studied me. Like I was a specimen. "Drink?" he asked. "I don't drink on the job." He nodded, almost impressed. Then he explained the arrangement. "I don't want sex," he said. "I want authenticity." That word, authenticity. He wanted me to be afraid, not pretend, not role play. Real fear.
I laughed, thinking it was a metaphor. It wasn't. He led me downstairs. There was a room, soundproofed, a single chair in the center. No windows.
"Sit," he said gently. I didn't. I told him I don't do extreme fear play. It wasn't discussed. He tilted his head. "You misunderstand. You're safe." "I don't hurt women." Then he added, "Not physically."
That's when my stomach dropped. He began describing things, not threats, facts, my real name. My old university. The apartment I moved out of last year. My mother's hometown.
He had done research. Deep research. "I collect experiences," he said calmly. "Tonight I want to experience watching composure dissolve." He stepped closer. "I want to see the exact moment control leaves your body."
That's when I realized I wasn't hired for pleasure. I was hired for an experiment. My phone had no signal downstairs. The door upstairs had locked automatically behind us, and the driver? Gone. He wasn't touching me, wasn't shouting. He just stood there, waiting for me to panic. And that's when I understood the real kink. He got off on psychological disintegration.
Silence stretched. So I did something he didn't expect. I smiled, slowly, and I said, "You picked the wrong girl."
Because what he didn't know was that I grew up in chaos. Men trying to scare me is not new. Men thinking they have power over me, even less new.
He wanted fear. So I gave him something worse. Stillness. I walked to the chair, sat down, crossed my legs, maintained eye contact, and I said softly, "If this is your game, you'd better hope you win."
For the first time that night, he blinked. And just as he stepped closer, the lights went out, total darkness. Not planned, not theatrical, real and from upstairs. We heard a door slam. He froze. I didn't, because in that moment, I realized something terrifying. The house wasn't empty, and whatever was upstairs wasn't part of his plan. If you think I was afraid before, you have no idea what happened next. Part 2? That's where the real fear begins.